What's up, YouTube? Vinny here from Semi-Supervillains, coming to you from my studio here in Nashville. Today we're going to be making the Diesel Creek theme song. So background on Diesel Creek, YouTube channel, my buddy does it. It's about him getting old equipment and heavy machinery and restoring it. It's pretty sweet, so we wanted some music for it. So this is what I got so far. Here's my Martin, and I was just messing around on this, and this is what I come up for him. So it's just... So yeah, I'm going to show you what I did to record it with my guitars and the equipment I have here in the studio, and then create the track for Diesel Creek. Let's get started. Here we go. Alright, so first things first, let's pick a guitar. And today we're going to be using this Gibson Les Paul. So you're going to check it out. It's got humbuckers in it. It's going to sound great. Next, let's pick out what amp we're going to use. Nope. Cool, but nope. Yes. So now we got our guitar and our amp picked out. Let's give it a try here. So right now I'm just going to plug straight in. And again, this is a Gibson Les Paul. It's a 2010 traditional. It's got humbuckers in it. And then this here is a Orange 8030. And it's going to be through the cabinet here is a 412, that's 4 12-inch speakers, Celestion Vintage 30s. So let's just see how that sounds. So that sounds pretty good. I'm going to give it a little bit more grit here. So I'm going to bump the bass up to give it some more bottom end. I'm going to put that up to about maybe 3 o'clock. Treble's going to come up to about 1 o'clock. Same with the mids. I'm going to give it a slight bit of more gain here. So let's try that now. And I'm going to turn the volume up here. I'm just using this pickup here. That's bypassed. I'll put it about 8. So let's try that now. So, alright, I think we got a winner. That one sounds pretty good. So let's get this bad boy mic'd up. Alright, so next let's talk about microphones. So when I'm recording electric guitar, I usually like to do 2 microphones. I'll do a dynamic, like up close on the speaker, and then I'll do like a room condenser microphone back, about 6 feet back, level with the speaker, and I'll blend those 2 when recording. So today we're just going to go with what's tried and true, just your trusty SM58 by Shure. These things are great, they're cheap, you can't break them. And then we're going to go with this one, and then we'll also go with this neat large diaphragm condenser microphone. This is the one we'll use back for more of a room sound. These things are great. I got this one for like $100 online. It's got like its own transformer in there, and for $100, I mean, it's pretty good buy, honestly. All right, cool. So now I'm going to show you where I'm going to put the microphone on the speaker. So I'm just going to take my 57 and find the speaker here. And what I like to do is I'll usually put it kind of for something more gritty like this. I'm going to kind of like angle it a little bit, like maybe like a 45-degree angle. Put it as close to the center of that speaker as I can. I usually just pick this speaker. It sounds good as the top speaker. They're all pretty good, but it doesn't really matter when in a 412 which one you're going to choose. Just pick one. In this case, they're all the same. Okay, cool. Now that we got our dynamic mic set up where we like it, I'm just going to show you where I'm going to put the condenser microphone. And I got it right here. It's about 6 feet back, kind of aimed like right at the speaker where the other microphone's pointed, as you can see. And then I'll show you what these microphones are run through. So over here at the computer, I have the dynamic, the 58 going through this Universal Audio LA610. This is just a like a tube preamp. I'm just gonna bypass the compressor on this one and just let it just kind of run through it, just so it's not coloring the tone too much. A wise guitar player once told me, he said he always runs it through a tube preamp, the close mic, just to give it a little bit more harmonic definition. It does sound good. And then with the condenser, I'm just going to run it through one of the preamps in this Apollo X8 by Universal Audio. This thing sounds awesome. And then we'll get to it later. I'll show you that this has plugins that can emulate the LA610. So let's get started. All right, cool. So now I'm going to record it. So now we're going to do the lead guitar. So for the lead guitar, what I have is the same Les Paul through the same amp, pretty much the same settings, but what I have different down here is a Crybaby wah. Now this is a Crybaby Classic. It has the facile thing. It sounds really good, but basically I'm not going to be playing it the way you think I would. I'm going to be playing it with the slide. This is a glass slide. But what I'm going to do here is, and I'll just put it down on the ground, so this is without the wah, and when I click in to activate the wah, it kind of goes, it changes the filter on it, so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that wah cocked about halfway to give it kind of a tone that's like, if this is my regular tone, this would be my wah, this would be my tone with the wah tone cocked a little bit. So it sounds a little bit more nasally, but whenever I'm playing lead with the slide, it's going to cut through the mix a little bit better. So I'll be doing stuff like this. And then compared to the regular tone, it sounds pretty good both ways, but with that wah just cocked just about halfway, it'll just give it the cut it needs to be through without being too loud in the mix. It'll have, like, you know, as far as like EQ and everything, it'll just really shine through whenever it's being played. So. Alright, so I messed up the take, so I'm going to try it again. I'm trying to do too much here, record and film at the same time and talk about it. So, here goes nothing. Alright, so I recorded the slide part. I didn't record me playing it on video because it was just getting too annoying with like fighting with the headphones and everything, but I want to show you an alternative thing that I usually like to do when I record slides. So the biggest thing with when I record slide guitar is like the compression with it and everything, because you want to have it compressed to a certain degree, and whenever you're playing with a decent bit, of distortion, it's naturally going to compress itself. But whenever you want to have like a cleaner slide tone, I usually like to add a compressor. So I'll show you what I usually go with. So right here, I have a compressor. This is the, it's just the Saffron squeeze by Way Huge. It's pretty basic. It has your two main controls, which is your volume and how much compression you want. But then it has all these alternate controls, which is what really drew me to it, because you can really adjust, like if there's any hiss, you can pull back this tone, and then you can kind of make it like a slow or a fast kind of compression too. But yeah, this thing's great. I didn't use it for this in this particular scenario, but I just wanted to show you guys that that's something I do like to use sometimes as well. And here's another look at what I used for the slide guitar tone. This was just the Crybaby wah here, just pretty basic. This thing is beat to crap. I've been using it for like 10 years, like live and stuff, but it still works great. I had it cleaned out once, but other than that, and then just, it was literally this into the amp, and then I just had it on this channel 2 here with the same controls I did the rhythm with. So yes, I realized that I had a rat pedal sitting right here, but I chose to use the wah pedal for the filter on the lead slide tone for the song. But you know what they say, there's multiple ways to skin a deer. All right, great. So now that we got the guitars recorded, or at least the rhythm guitar recorded, we're gonna do the bass. So I'll show you how we're gonna do that. So with the bass, I plugged it straight into our Universal Audio LA610 right here, and I switched it to the high Z. And then what I did was I put it on, the limit, so it's gonna have a limiter on the bass. A limiter is kind of like a compressor, but I won't get into talk about that. If you have any questions about that, you could probably find the answers on Google. I'll just show you the bass I'm using real quick. So this is a Fender Precision Bass Lite. It's got an active pickup in it. It's the only bass I have. It sounds great. All right, so I added a drum beat to go along with the guitar, so now I can play the bass along with it. So I'm just gonna click play and hit record, and we'll see where it goes. Give it a try here. So I decided that I needed a little bit more on the rhythm section of the song, so I recorded another take of me just doing the main rhythm with a Telecaster through this thing. I decided I wanted to fire it up after all for this song. But unfortunately for you guys, I didn't record myself doing it when I did, but there was nothing to it. So I figured I would just show you just the tone I got out of it. So basically this is a 1964 silver tone that I got a couple of years ago, and then this was a Telecaster. Whenever I do double like a rhythm guitar, I always like try to use a different guitar and a different amp just to give it a little bit of a flavor difference. But anyway, this is what it sounds like. So I had it on the rhythm pickup, and I had the tone down just a hair. The amp controls, I believe I have everything dimed. I don't know, I'll just show you what it sounds like. It sounds pretty cool to me,
Alright, so this Telecaster is a Telecaster I got a couple of years ago used. It's a Fender made in the USA Telecaster. I think it's from the 90s or something, but I love it. I think it's great. I use it live a lot playing around in Nashville for various artists. It's got this bridge that I like a lot. It's not a traditional Telecaster bridge, but it's super cool. Everything's all original to my understanding, but yeah, this thing sounds awesome. I always have it like strung up with like 11s or 12s or something. That's like the type of strings that I use. But yeah, we're gonna be showing that here in a second. Okay, great. So now that we got all of our parts recorded, I'm gonna show you guys what I did to mix the song. So here we go, let's check it out. All right, so here's what we got. Everything here, I have it loaded into Logic. That's what I use to record here with my computer. If you know, I mentioned earlier, Hey, are you still watching? Cool. Yeah, well, make sure to check out some of the older videos on our channel. We got a ton of music done for Diesel Creek and then also for the Semi-Supervillains as well, so enjoy. Here on the board is the drums, the Telecaster that we did, the bass, the rhythm guitar here with the close mic, and then the room mic that was 6 feet away, and the slide, the same thing. And then, yeah, this is our drum bus for like just a little bit of reverb, digital reverb sound to make it sound bigger. So first, I'll just solo the guitar to let you guys know what it sounds like, and we'll play around with it here a little bit too. So I'm just gonna press play. So what I'll do first is I'll put them both at noon, like right down the middle, and let you guys hear how that sounds. It's not gonna sound great, but then I'll show you what I did with it. So again, this one here is the close mic. That was the dynamic that was up close, and then this was the room mic that was 6 feet away. So let's listen to see what it sounds like. So what I'm going to show you now, what I did was, or what I like to do, I'm going to put the guitar over to the left here to make it sound like the amps on the left side. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to pan the room mic way to the side, and then we'll listen to how that sounds now. So I think that sounds a lot better, but I'll show you what it sounds like again. I'll start it out where it was, and then I'll put it back to both of them being straight up at noon so you can hear how that sounds. So I'm not sure if you guys can tell that good, but it just gives it like whenever you pan it to the side like that, it gives it like a wider sound. So now that I've done that, I'll add in the Telecaster just so you can hear how that sounds. It just is gonna make it sound a little bit like beefier. So I'm just gonna solo the Telecaster here and then the two Les Paul sounds. So we'll listen to that now. Okay, great. And then I'm just gonna add in the bass here, and then we'll hear everything without the drums actually. And then I'll just bring in this slide guitar, what the heck. So let's listen to everything. And then for the slide guitar, I have it panned to the right here for the close mic, and then for the other mic, I have it, the room mic, I have it all the way to the side there. So I guess we'll listen to that, how that sounds on its own, because you might want to hear that. So as you can tell, whenever I'm playing it, whenever I have them both at noon, it just sounds like it's coming from the same area, but doing the, to the left and then panned all the way to the right, it gives it a more of a stereo image to make it sound like, that it just makes it sound more real to me, like, like the amps in the room. Let's just listen to everything together. All right, cool. And I'm just gonna pause it there. And I'm gonna put this up linked in the top up in this right-hand corner over here. The song, I'm gonna have it posted by the time I post this video, so you can just hear the final product and just hear how it sounds and everything. But this is all I'm gonna do for the track. Matt said he wanted something with vocals. I don't know if I'm gonna put any vocals on this yet, but I think I have some ideas. I don't know. If you guys want me to put vocals on it, just say so in the comments or something. If you think I should, or if you think it's great how it is, I should just leave it as an instrumental song. But yeah, so let's see what we got next. All right, so that's a wrap. Thanks everyone for tuning in today and listening to me talk about how I recorded the Diesel Creek theme song. Hit like and subscribe for more content, and I'll post more. If you want to check out more stuff, especially check out my channel. I post songs on a weekly basis. I've been doing a lot of stuff lately for Diesel Creek. My buddy over there, he needs a lot of music, so I've been doing a ton of this stuff, and he mentioned that you guys would probably like a video like this. So if you're coming over from the Diesel Creek channel, thanks, and keep watching Diesel Creek. And whenever you hear the song, it's made somewhere in the studio. Well, it's made definitely in Nashville in the studio here. So now you know where my sound laboratory is, and if you ever need anything done, feel free to shoot me an email or a message or a comment or something. Definitely, if you have any suggestions for the next video, or if you have any comments or suggestions on how I record, if you think it could be done better, or if you would do something different, let me know too, because I'm always looking to improve what I do here as a home recording artist in Nashville. And everybody, stay safe out there, be careful. These are some crazy times we're living in, but we're gonna get through it. So thanks, and you see you next time.